Okay, so here she is, all cut, measured. Yes, it looks a little lopsided because unfortunately I can't afford a real mannequin, so I have to use these display mannequins. So it looks lopsided, it's not. I did go ahead and end up actually making it even shorter to a 35-inch length. At this point in time, I'll go ahead and finish my raw edges everywhere, and then we'll move to the next step. Hello. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing with the handling of the material, remember how this chalice is, very delicate. Look at all the scragglers I have. A good tip before you start finishing off these edges, go ahead and trim those, because as I just encountered, those long pieces are getting stuck in my machine. So before I jack something up, before I break a needle, before I do anything, I'm going to stop what I'm doing and I'm going to go back and trim all these guys, because that could be a big hot mess for your machine. So quickly do that if your fabric is doing that as well. And onward we go. So all the finishing is done, and now I have to address the slit. I'm shaking really bad. Let me use that as a counter. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this 1-inch fusible again, except we're going to trim it down probably to about a 1/4 of an inch. So you need 2 lengths, about a 1/4 of an inch. And the lengths will be determined by how long your dress is. From the top of the slit down to the bottom of the dress, just go ahead and cut that length and do it at a 1/4 of an inch, and I'll show you what it looks like. I've taken my dress to the ironing board. If you can see, this is kind of a little bit wavy, and it's because my stitches are so small, and that's not a big deal. Really quick, just take my handy dandy, whatever that thing is called, and just give it a nice press down. Remember, I'm pressing, not ironing. And that will prepare the fabric for the tape that we're going to be using. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece right here, roll it. As I said, it's about a 1/4 of an inch. And we're going to iron on the fusible to this fold right here. You don't want to do it right here because we're folding twice. So you fold right here, and then I'm doing this one-handed, y'all. So that is the part where you're going to put the fusible, because when you roll it again, it's going to stick down like that, if that makes sense. And that will just give you a nice straight, clean line. So when you go back to stitch, you're going to have a more precise, what am I calling this thing? A slit. And the fold will be nice and crisp. Alrighty, I've got my dress on the table ready to be pressed over the 6 millimeters or the 1/4 of an inch for that first fold. After I press that, then I'm going to adhere my tape to that fresh fold. Then we're going to turn it one more time, press it again, and that heat will melt the tape and adhere the fold to the wrong side of the fabric. And then I'll take it to my machine once it's kind of cooled down a little bit, because I don't want that tacky, heated, melty goo getting in my machine or on my needle. So do wait till it cools down. A cool tool that I wanted to show you when you're doing your pressing. This is a really neat pressing tool. It's made of felt. It's won't burn, and it's from Madame Sew. And I have used the heck out of this thing. This is a great, great tool for precision folding. So I'm going to use this guy to fold over my 1/4 of an inch, do the tape, and then I'll see you at the machine. That is all done. Excuse me. Pressed and ready to be, there's my slit, ready to be sewn down. So what we're going to do is, if you are looking at the dress, hold it up to your body. Okay. The side of the slit we want to start on is the left side. If you're looking down, to the left side, because what we want is for the majority of our fabric to be on the left side of our table. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down around I guess you could call it the corner of the split, which is the top apex, and you're going to come back down the other side. This will just keep everything on the left side of your machine, and you'll be able to line everything up with your presser foot or however you do your measurements. I usually line mine up with the edge of my presser foot. So that's what we're going to do. I'm still using, let's see, still using a 2.0 stitch length, and this time, I don't know if I've mentioned this, probably haven't. This time I'm definitely going to make sure that I slowly, what is it, not backspace, but backstitch, very slowly. Now I know with some of these fabrics, backstitching can be a little tricky. It wants to bunch up, and usually we just knot it off with delicate fabrics, but I'm actually going to go slow and make sure I have some tails to help gently pull it through as it's going back and forth, just to keep it steady, because I do want this to be a secure hem. Is it a hem if it's on the slit? Again, I don't know the rules. I don't know the terminology. I just do the best I can. So go ahead and let's get that sewn.